Oh my god, Jim's gonna shut him down. It's a double kill for Jim.
Oh my god, Jim!
Looking pretty good. It's gonna be a triple kill. Jim comes on fire. Jim comes on fire.
Right angle, but couldn't land the shot. The dark scope, the two-piece! Oh my god!
Trató de darle ese respetazo ahí consigo, una pelota y rápido se voltea y se
está na marotagem, belo ângulo dele! He's gonna be able to take out. Oh my god!
Oh no!
He was down to 1 second on the clock.
Já pegou bala na cara do Master. O ImPERium vai tentando fazer o primeiro. Da estátua vai tentar o tiro porrada e bomba! Velho, clutch muito difícil de vencer, mas...
He no-scoped Ramallo right there. He no-scoped.
Termina eliminando a Jackie, igual queda solamente vivo por parte de RP, consigue la primera baja en este round. Se da cuenta que el otro
series of games, but I think the 3 series that we're gonna have for tonight's games are gonna be some pretty solid bangers, to be fair.
You know, to be fair as well, I actually had us muted, so they didn't even get a chance to hear me introduce you. I'm a bot. I had it muted because for some reason it's just...
GG.
Yeah. Any rate, we've got a banger today. We've got 2 matchups that we're going to be able to display. Unfortunately, we had a third that had to forfeit, and then we had some situations happen outside of stream. Guys, if you're just now joining in, we're just getting started up. BK ROG's team is going to be updated. They dropped their roster, and they are going under the new name Team Energy. Rank Warriors is going to be joining us this season as well. They are a Stage 4 team, and they are replacing EXE, so EXE will no longer be competing in Mobile Mayhem this season. For today, we have... Let's take a look at the matches and everything. Cold Esports, our first series, right? Cold Esports and Team Energy, it looks like. And then we got Nova Esports taking on Oxygen. Oh! Bro!
That's still... Why do you think I said that? We may not have 4 series, but what we do have, I think is going to be worthwhile. I think that second series is going to be a bit of a game changer, to say the least.
Oh my god, bro. Yeah. I'm probably going to have to change my headset. It sounds... Looks like it's terrible. Let me get my mic on. Hold on real quick, guys. I'm sorry. All right. You can hear me in the stream.
You okay there? Are you okay there, Verdict?
Yeah, give me just a second. Let me update this because for some reason, I don't know, bro. I'm having technical difficulties. We're having technical difficulties. There we go. Can you hear me perfectly fine now?
Yeah, I can hear you differently. That's all I'll say.
Differently as in, oh my god, he sounds so much better, or no?
There's a bit more of an echo. It sounds like you're talking in a kind of a room that has nothing in it. There's a good bit of there's a bit of back echo. I don't know if it's good or bad.
How about now?
Yeah, it's definitely better now.
Perfect. Okay, so maybe the way that I had my mic. At any rate, Cold is back, Achman, and that third matchup that you're seeing on the screen, Gallant x Omni, we won't be seeing. So if we take a look at the standings, I believe everything is up to date. As Stamina was supposed to play today, but they are actually going to get a freebie. That's going to give them 115 points. That's going to be huge. Am I right? Because Nova's taking on Oxygen today. That's going to be a massive matchup.
Yeah, it is. That's the thing. It's a massive matchup, not only because Nova want to stay on the same amount of points as Stamina, but then obviously Oxygen, they don't need to worry about 4th place, but they don't want to lose the stranglehold of 1st and 2nd, right? So Stamina aren't really sweating, right? They can look back and then go, okay, well, Nova, Oxygen, you kind of punish each other, right? Make it a 2-1 series. We don't care who it goes into favor of. I'd say they would kind of low-key prefer Oxygen to win in terms of it would give Stamina just a little bit more of a cushion. But the second series, this Nova Oxygen, it's going to be a banger.
That is definitely going to be a banger. Our second and final series of the day. Definitely going to have some implications on the standings as we see Stamina get those free 20 points. Nova Esports going to have to fight for theirs against a very, very stout Oxygen roster who, might I say, just added a new addition to it. It's not a player, it's a coach. AO Nix, as I read inside of the GN Network channel, the Discord. He has actually been picked up, who is, that's a former XOXO coach. Is XOXO taking over Oxygen? I mean, literally, we have, four or five old additions from that XOXO roster, including the coach. I don't know, bro. That's something to keep an eye on. It's
big. It's big. It's pretty big, to be fair. And this is a pretty important series for Cold. Because winning this 2-0 will give them a much needed boost in the standings of reaching on the same points as Fusion and, of course, going ahead of Anarchy. So I'm expecting them to take this one maybe a little bit more seriously, or just, be relatively focused coming into this series.
Absolutely. We're going to take a look at the rotations as we're going to be getting started here shortly. Summit Hardpoint is where we're going to start the action off at. Crossfire Search and Destroy, followed by a Raid Domination. So Team Energy opting to ban the firing range map as well as a Sparrow operator, and then Cold Esports banning Takeoff and the Death Machine. So we've got the players in the lobby. We've got players in the VC, and I think, did we get permission to join their VC, by the way?
Actually, I don't know. Hopefully, Ronan can give us something. Yep. Yeah. So I said, yes. We have permission to join Cold Esports VC, which I'm definitely looking forward to join the Hardpoint game. Summit is quite fast-paced in itself, so I think this will actually allow Cold to maybe come in a little bit punchier to this series. But then again, I know for a fact that, to be fair, Energy aren't exactly a bad team. It's a former BK ROG roster for the most part. So I know they're going to test Cold.
Yeah, that's gonna be the question of the day. Cold Esports obviously making their way onto this Mobile Mayhem season about a week and a half ago, and they had a best of 3 series against Stamina, if I'm not mistaken. They lost that series, but both games were so close. So with that being said, they're definitely in that top contender position. And this team that just got dropped by BK ROG Esports, now Team Energy, are no strangers to, this Mobile Mayhem, seasons past. Hez, Nev, Rondo, Ragox, Genius literally have been a part of every season that I've casted. So they're no strangers to the competition, but, at this point, I don't know if they've got their stuff together in order to take on the likes of a team like Cold Esports. But, every dog has their day, and maybe they have found their dog.
So these kind of players and this kind of roster is a kind of roster that you really just have to respect. They might still be the underdog, but you have to respect that they can kind of sparkle in those moments. It might only be one game in a series. It might be one series within a week, so to speak. But they're dangerous. They're dangerous players and a dangerous team. I expect Cold to come out on top, not only because of what they're fighting for. Overall, realistically, I feel it is a bit stronger, as much as, of course, Energy want to get some points on the board. But I just look at this Cold roster and I see a little bit more synergy. Right now, I see a little bit more just kind of unity with how the roster is playing overall. That's why I kind of put them ahead of initially of this series. But I'm totally respecting what Energy can do.
Absolutely. We're going to see how they contest here as we are going to get geared up for Game 1 Hardpoint Summit. Chat, what are your predictions? As I'm reading in chat, Zay coming through. Give me a side view of the trim, bro. I got this trim like a week and a half ago. It's not as fresh as it should be. Could definitely use a little touch up. I usually get like the double part. Hey, I was talking about this. Everybody talk about me. Take a look at ImPERium, bro. Looking like a snack over here. Got the fresh trim. He put in a little bit of product in the hair to make it look nice.
I did.
And sure enough, here he is, ready to ball out.
Well, you know, I thought after trying match you verdict, you know, I can't be letting you down, man. I cannot be letting you down. Just like this series shouldn't be letting us down in terms of action we're gonna have on board as this game one has gotten underway.
Yes, we're on board right now with the boy Hez is they're going to be making their way to P1 area. And it does look like Slayer and Jim going to be on the bottom side. Top Control Hez going to get some shots, but not going to confirm anything there. Denza going to get taken out as well. So trades have been made. Jim rocking the Finnick and not a shoddy. I'm absolutely loving this move.
Yeah, definitely the Fennec. It's such a powerful gun at the moment, and in a map like some, as much as the shotgun can be useful, I feel like just the Fennec fast fire rate, you're able to be a little bit more movement heavy as well, and really kind of help your team in a bit of a stronger way. So I like this from Jim.
Loving it from Jim as we see the guys of Cold capitalizing a little bit here on P1. A lot of trades are going to result in them maintaining for it, but it does look like a little bit of contesting comes through. Cold is going to be able to clear the point off and maintain. They're going to get top control, which is going to be great as P2 transitions are going to come through. Hez is going to be the only player in a real position to contest on the bottom side, and they are going to be able to scrap up a few points there. So pretty, you know, even what you would expect after a P1 rotation being made, right?
Yeah, especially on some, it can be a little bit scrappy on the first hard point, but I like the proactivity coming out from Cold setting up for that PT, right? Letting the last few seconds go so they can look to try and gain control. For the most part, though, Raga is going to stop him in his tracks, dishing around the corner, waiting for his teammate to fire on through. It's going to be contested across the board. It's in the control now of Energy. They're going to be able to get into lead off the back of this P2 control.
But I'm taking a look at it. We might need to. There we go. I think we finally got it right. I'm gonna get that overlay fixed. I don't know how it got incorrected there. So guys, if you're looking at it, it looks a little sloppy. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. Okay. I don't know. I had a little bit of issues before. Obviously, my volume, everything. At any rate, P2 transitions have been favorable to the guys over at Team Energy as they're looking to get back in this thing. They have done a decent job, as I do see Cole trying to get a little bit of scrap time before they make their rotations over this P3 site. And this is about as close as it gets going to this rotation. P3 is ultimately going to determine who's going to have the lead. So far, it looks like Team Energy is going to remain with it.
And you know what? I think this is actually a pretty good time to jump into the VCs of Cold while it's so even between the two sides. What do you think?
Let's do it. We're going to go ahead and jump in and join Cold Esports as we're going to give them a chance to sound in on their comm check.
Play from front hill if you can. Play from the front. I got you mid lane. One mid lane, push him back now.
One more in the door.
It's play from the front for this hill and then push next.
Let's push
Get a good hold on next. Get a good hold on next. Last push.
Oh, they got it.
Let's push, going, everyone going.
No, two behind you, stay.
Nice.
Two more. Go next now. Go next. See, I spawned. Yeah. Right, I'm going next. Hold the back. Dark, you go to the back again. I'm on the back, Dark. Come hold the back so I can hold right side.
I'm responding. I respond so bad. I'm going from
now. Hold the back for now.
No, I got killed. I couldn't get the one.
3C down. 3C down.
It's no, it's free. What's up, mate? It's no, it's free. Somebody hold his no, I'm going to your phone.
Nah, two.
It's 4.
Two more. Any push the back.
I'm going to the back.
I mean, inside, holding.
Go for the back. Push the back before you push the hill.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Wait.
All right, I've got to say, I stayed in there a little bit longer than I normally would, but those comms were mesmerizing, bro. Everything, direction, one last push, everyone in,
Definitely.
like, that synergy is getting there. It is just, I mean, I was literally drawn to their comms. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, big time. Super impressive. Jim's communication, clear, concise, straight to the point. Lydia impressed me as well, considering her English isn't naturally the best. I thought she was vocal. Outside of that, there was moments where it stood out, but also a little bit disappointed with maybe overall not so much comms coming out from Slayer and Dark Wizard and Denzer, right? So I would like to see a little bit more balance, but from what we did here in terms of Jim's commands was so good, right? It's the reason why they're kind of in the lead, because let's be fair, when it comes to the actual kind of 1v1 fights, they're losing them. They're losing the trades for the most part. The only thing that's keeping them somewhat in the game / nearly in the lead is the solid teamwork for the time being.
Yeah, I got to give it to them. They've handled the adversity well, but I also gotta make this like a huge thing. This team energy, this team that just got dropped by Bunker Rog Esports are playing their asses off. They are contesting. They're taking this team, Cold Esports, who, literally top tier. They're pushing them. This is about as close as they can get. 12-point difference as P2 transitions are going to come through. This catwalk is about to be super sweaty. I'm going to cycle through the players. I don't know if, Hez has a score streak. He's got a sentry gun, but is it going to be enough? He's going to get top control. And that might be enough to hold the rotation from Cold Esports on the top side. But can they prevent it from the backside?
The Sentry is a good utilization in this P2, but you still gotta have that stranglehold of the full squad. And gotta say, the Cold Esports roster have kind of picked things up a little bit across the way, so they are at least trying to push back. In that sense, still 122 to 120. Made that 122 each. Lydia comes in and is going to get taken out. I couldn't ask for a closer game one in the series. This is so good.
This is brilliant. I'm looking at Genius, dude, popping off at 27 kills so far, doing a hell of a job here for this team energy, giving them all that they need. I'm taking a look at the scoreboard for the guys over Cold Esports. The Dark Wizard about the only one with a positive KD at the moment.
Yeah.
Lydia gonna be right there, but really testing the border. Jim, where's Jim at? Okay, 21 to 19.
He's on 21-19. Yep.
All right, Jim. I see you. The comms on point. The leadership is there. Everything is on point. And I was messaging him earlier because we were talking about the spawn situation for this afternoon.
Yeah.
And he said he wasn't even feeling that well. So that's crazy that he's doing this well in this hardpoint matchup, as we see about 3 points, 4 points is needed.
Oh, lovely contention. Lovely contention with 37 seconds left in the hardpoint. That breach coming out from Energy Esports, so good across the board. Then the use of the hunter killer drone from Denza trying to create an opening, but the protection is there, covering all angles in sight. One by one, they're being picked off left, right, and center, but it's going to be Hez to shut down Jim. It is going to be the game over. Game number one going over to Cold Esports. But my lord, that was close at the end. That was so close.
Yo, I don't think it could have gotten any closer. As a matter of fact, I was looking at Slayer. I was spectating him. He was holding this B connector area, the one that leads from like the computer room over to P3. Yeah. And I was like, what is he doing, bro? He's holding that connector and he's not in point contesting, and all of a sudden, everyone from Cold Esports come bombarding into the backside of the point, and a massive late retake in order to prevent the guys over Team Energy from taking the dub.
Christ.
Taking a look at the scorecard, look at it. Jim 24 and 23, a minute and 24. Everyone in that top three have 40 plus seconds and above in OBJ time. Your MVP, obviously,
so good,
so good. Jim's performance absolutely on point, on par. These guys put on a show. 150 to 148. Woo! That was a hell of a first game,
dude. I'm sorry, but 150 to 148. Like we got to seriously recognize both sides for putting on a hell of a show for this game one. Like that was so good. 150 to 148. When was the last time we really saw such a close hardpoint game? It's been a while. This was massively refreshing. Like it was insanely refreshing. Thank you to both sides. None of these teams deserve criticism for how close it was. That's it, right? That they just don't deserve criticism because they just put on such a good show.
That you know what? We may have two series today, but they're going to be bangers based off of that matchup. I think that this Energy roster has a lot, and I'll continue to say it. I've said it a lot in the past, even when they were BK ROG Esports, a lot of potential. And they showed how well they could, craft that potential into talent, and it showed in that game. We'll see if they can actually step up to the table and take one here in this Crossfire Search and Destroy. I got high aspirations now that they've. It seems like they just got their stuff together over the weekend, bro. They took a week off, figured things out. What do they want to do? What do they want to focus on? And it really showed in how well they played in Game 1. So I'm hoping that this matchup could potentially take us to a Game 3. It's definitely going to be on the backs of Team Energy and how they set the pace here.
Now, I do think that Cold Esports weren't playing to their highest potential. I'm not saying Energy Esports were as well. I'm not going to, I'm not going to go into anything specific, but maybe, outside of how well Jim played in terms of IGLing and still having that positive KD and 1 minute 24 on the hard points, maybe him not feeling the best, allowed the team to be a little bit more sluggish. But coming in Search and Destroy, honestly, I'm gonna throw it on Energy Esports, to be fair, because I want to see a Game 3 in the series. Because both teams, the viewers deserve a Game 3. I'm not saying both teams deserve a Game 3, but they kind of do. This is looking to be a banger in Search and Destroy. I'm just this kind of shit puts a smile on my face, man.
Yeah, it does.
Seeing this close action, it puts a smile on my face, dude.
Yo, you know what also puts a smile on my face? Seeing Plim come in chat. Getting Denza in a hill is like getting blood out of a stone. Jesus Christ, man. I think he had at least. I want to say he had at least 25 seconds. So, there must have been a little bit more blood in that stone than we expected. All hands on deck was needed for that game as Team Energy came out swinging. They didn't let up. As a matter of fact, it was a shootout all the way up until that last point. Literally 2 point separates. That's wild.
And is it just me, or it didn't even really feel that scrappy? It felt like both teams kind of had their moments to shine, and they, it didn't feel fast, like super fast paced, like sometimes someone can feel like. It didn't really feel scrappy. It genuinely it looked like, and it felt like that teams were just putting on such a solid show that there's that balance trade where they had their moments, they had their hardpoint controls, they maybe then lost the next round trying to prepare, etc. Like if they continue that kind of momentum for both sides in this Search and Destroy, we're going to Game 3.
Yeah, we're definitely going to go. We're going to see here in Team Energy, it's on you here. You're going to be on the defending side, which for this map, in my opinion, just isn't... I don't see it being the side that has the most advantage. With that being said, we'll see how they handle it as Slayer going to be trying to get some top control. Jim going to be getting this bomb plant down quick. Nev says, forget that, bro. Our Genius says, forget that, bro, and takes down Jim. Bombs down. Lydia going to get a refrag. Denza picks up another. This is going to be a 2v4 situation here.
Yeah, but I thought that was a little bit of a premature bomb plan to come out from the side of Energy Esports. A little bit of a poor decision to kick things off. The trades have come through, so they do still have the body advantage. Looking over towards Hez. Is playing in with the Val. He's going to get taken out in the open. And a bit of a poor decision being made. You only go out in the open if you absolutely for sure know that your teammate can cover you. That wasn't the case. Ragok's left on his own, gets taken out.
A stout round from the guys over at Cold Esports as they take one there. Slayer. I don't think Slayer was the only one that Dark Wizard didn't get on. It's interesting because Slayer and Dark Wizard were like literally the most on-point snipers I saw all last week, and now they are struggling here at the beginning. To be fair, though, this is only the second round, so we'll see how they pop off here as Lydia. Oh my God, Lydia, what are you on? 4-0, Lydia.
So good. Really great positioning from herself. Very proactive as well. The players tend not to go so deep like that and actually peeking by the stairwell. So I love the confidence being shown. Although she does get taken out in the open, the damage is done. Genius, he's left on his own with nowhere to go.
He's going to be fouled by Denza. There's a pack of Cold Esports players were surrounding him. Regardless, if he would have been able to get out of that situation, he would have had 3 more to answer to. And we're going to see a 2-0 now, as I was talking about the advantages of being on the attacking side. Literally, this map is one of the only ones that I feel like it has a advantage for the attacking side in regards to map position. Like, literally, you're at the top of the hill, just looking down on your opponents, watching them come up. And if you're painting a picture there, oh yeah, Jim, go ahead and drop. What is the bomb doing there, Jim?
Bomb spotted. Bomb acquired.
He got taken out at the start. Ragos picked them off. Rondo fires up onto Denza. So that's going to be a solid body advantage for the side of Energy Esports. Solid position from Rondo. Pushes forward. He has his teammate by his side. Up the stairs. Come on, be proactive. Make use of that. Lydia goes down. Make that another one onto Dark. Slayer, he's left on his own.
Slayer going to find 2 peeking in. Gets a shorty hit, but is not going to get the finish. Rondo there with the finish. And we do see 1 round going in favor of Energy here, as they're looking to stay in this. They're trying to take us to a game 3. It's very possible. After that, that was a very dominant round by them, right?
Was. Yeah, I'm getting that first kill on the gym. Really kind of set the standard, and they built on that. A lot of teams, when they're defensive, they'll pick off a kill, and then they'll sit back and do nothing, which at times I can respect, but being proactive on a body advantage really makes a difference, and they did in that last round.
We're to see Slayer picking up 2 big kills.
Nice.
That's going to open the door for a plant for Jim, as Dark
Pretty
Wizard
good.
hits his second shot there, gets his first kill. And now it's going to be Hez and Ragox. They're going to be left to pick up the pieces. Ragox picks up 1, making it his second kill, but Hez going to be shut shy there by Slayer. And the contesting from both angles are going to come through. The shotty not going to help.
Nice.
Denza gets bodied. The backside push and the front push is going to come through. The pinch is real. Dark Wizard tilt finishing off Ragox there. 3-1 in favor of Cold Esports.
Yeah, good return to form coming out from the Cold Esports boys. I'm kind of curious, I have a bit of a question for you. What's your thoughts on kind of Jim holding the bomb if he's essentially... Okay, it's Dark Wizard tilt this time, but in the last couple of rounds it's been... Jim, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think it's because he's IGL? Do you think it's a good or a bad idea?
Based off of that third round where we saw Energy take a round from Cold Esports, the bomb positioning when he died just indicated he didn't have a well-formulated plan in order to get that bomb into a safe position. Like, literally, if he would have died inside of this bus station where Lydia's at right now, that would have been better.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have pushed Cold Esports into a scramble to get the bomb. They had a man disadvantage. Now you got to go get the bomb. You send 1 over there, they drop. It was just a series of events that ultimately led to Cold Esports dropping around. Now, we do see the bomb in Denza's hand as Dark Wizard drops it. Denza's going to go ahead and get this bomb plant down. This is where it needs to be at. This is money. This is a money plant here. 45 seconds on the clock. That's exactly what you want to do. Put that pressure on Team Energy here.
Genius pushing forward. Rondo is taken out. Pushing on with the Fennec. He's going to go out into the open for some way, shape, or form. Turns around, picks up Slayer. It's a good start. Switches over. Going to back over to Fennec. Tries to pre-fire. Fortunately, it doesn't connect. Denza takes him out. Round number 4 going over to the side of Cold Esports. Now, we do swap over. So the boys of Energy Esports, verdict, they are now the attacking side.
Yo, that had to be a spectator glitch because I was literally watching... I don't know who it was. Maybe who was the last player alive? Whoever the last player alive was shooting at Denza, and I couldn't see his character. I couldn't see Denza's character.
Oh, really? Yeah. It was a spec book.
Anyway, we're gonna see a 1-4 now as we flip sides. Nev gonna pick up Slayer there, giving a 1-man player advantage for the guys over at Energy. That is much needed, as Slayer and Jim are gonna be taking down Lydia. And Dark Wizard Tilt, as well as Denza, going to have to fight this 3v4 scenario. Bomb's not planted yet, so that gives me a little hope for Cold. With that being stated, Nev's going to make his way over to the site, effectively going to get hit marker.
Oh.
There's no way he gets his bomb plant down, right? There we go. I don't understand. Like, Nev, you gotta,
especially because the smoke had just cleared, right? You know, that timing was really poor.
The hit marker comes through. You got to be a little more aware of the situation. Bragox and Rondo going to be the last two alive. Actually make that. Rondo gets the hit marker on Lydia. That's a big kill. Okay, now you got Dark Wizard and Denza to take care of, but bomb's down. They don't really have to move from that site, and they are aware of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's not only the fact that Neb obviously went down when he had the bomb in his hands, but it's when he was planting that bomb, so it's right by the side. But Rondo does pick up Dark Wizard tilt. It turns into a cheeky 1v1, so that gives an opening for Rondo. Picks the bomb up, is going to plant that bad boy, but will it be in time for Denza to push forward?
Oh, the COD timing. Denza. Oh my gosh, the mantling. The mantling killed. Oh, Rondo, that feels bad, bro. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
There we go.
The teabag, let's go, Denza. Defuse that bad boy, cleared around, and put yourself in game. Set match point, my friend. Come on, come on. Won't somebody think of the children at this stage of the game?
You know what? That 1v1 could have gone either way, and I was thinking that Rondo was going to be able to do it. However, when he mantled that little trash can right there, I knew instantly. He's like, yeah, he's dead. There's no way that Denza doesn't pick this up. 8 kills and a defuse for my guy Denza, as he is probably going to be the top fragger in this situation. This is Energy's time now. You got to find something that's not going to help. Genius goes down to Slayer. Slayer, just an absolute beast.
Yeah. Hez does at least take down Denza, so it's going to be a solid trade, all things considered. Nev, once again, has the bomb in his hands. There seems to be less strategy around how the boys from Energy are playing. It's a little bit disappointing. They're definitely able to trade in terms of kills, as Hez picks up Jim to give them something to work with. If a stand-back Rondo will find a double kill, and Slayer, Jesus, just like that, this is a 1v4.
Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and say Slayer should have been able to take down Hez there. He got a hit marker with the shorty initially, and then he got a hit marker with the nade. And then peeked again up the top of the staircase and got another hit marker with the shorty. Just as a tragic event there for Slayer. He does get taken down. Regardless, we're going to go to another round as Cold Esports still stuck here on this match point and trying to find a way to close it out, but Team Energy definitely not making it easy for him.
Well, doesn't help that like pretty much all of freaking Cold are rocking snipers for the most part, so it does kind of allow the players of Energy to be a little bit more aggressive, right? And that's going to be Lydia left on her own.
She's going to get spotted. Hez gonna get credit for the kill. We're gonna go to another round as Energy trying to extend this. Search and destroy. They can very much do it here. Gonna have to take 3 more rounds to take us to a game 3, and those 3 rounds are looking a bit of a struggle. I have to say, if they even swap sides, you got to go back on the defense where you are only able to gather 1 round altogether. So I don't know. It's just not looking good for Energy at the moment based off of those stats. So we'll see as Rondo picks up Lydia. That's going to be a huge opening frag for Energy. And now we're going to see this bomb get pushed towards the bus station building. Denza, what are you doing, bro? Peeking in, peeking out. Takes down 1. Genius going to get the refrag there. And we still got a 1-man advantage here for Energy.
Yeah, but I'm not going to lie. I just don't know what Cole are doing. I don't know if they're taking the piss or what, but or maybe they're just struggling to defend their area, but they're kind of going in solo. They're not really playing as a team. They're low-key getting picked off 1 by 1. They're rocking too many snipers, in my opinion. I don't really know why, but either way, Jim gets taken out. Dark Wizard, he's on his own. The bomb is planted.
Yeah, it's going to be, needless to say, an impossible 1v4. Genius has got good position. Ragox gonna be there. But yeah, G's gonna pick up that last one. Rondo got taken out for the trade, and now we're in a position where Energy might be able to make this happen after fighting 3 rounds in a row. Can they make it 5? They'd have to get this one first, though. We'll see.
Okay, come on. Old Esports. I do want to see Energy come out on top, to be fair, but now Cold are playing this one a little bit more seriously. Rondo's been able to pick it up, though. Genius is going to get traded by Lydia. A couple of kills across the board, but Ragok says nowhere to run. Does find one. He's going to hold on to it extremely well in a 1v3.
Yeah, he's not going to have to... If he peeks his head, Slayer is literally going to make him pay. As Slayer's on the opposite side of this building, he might have spotted them there. Ragox, not in a good position. This is going to be a tough one. If I'm Cold Esports, I'm not pushing up that staircase. I don't care what the situation is. Slayer does get that kill, and that is going to push us 2-0 in favor of Cold Esports, and that's going to be that series.
Yeah, Cold definitely exposing the maybe overall lack of synergy and strategical depth that Energy has. Even in terms of defending the rounds as the attacking side, because I even believe that Cole, when they were the defending side, there's a couple of rounds where they were maybe just having a laugh, whatever you want to call it. I don't care, but that was definitely Cole's biggest strength when they were the attacking side. They just held a lot more strategy and weight behind how they were positioning themselves and picking off the players in the right way. Still a lot of positivity with how Energy Esports played, and I don't think this kind of 4-6 loss takes away from the fantastic performance they showed in game 1 and the potential they do have. Give it a little bit more time, like a beautiful, marinated piece of chicken. Just let it rest for a little bit. Give it time. The flavor will develop, and they'll be banging once they get cooked. So I'm looking out for more from Energy in the future.
Absolutely. Definitely looking forward to it. As you said, a beautiful piece of chicken. All I could think of was Plim's putting in chat, they're playing with their food. All right. You can't play with your food. You got to, as soon as it's finished, man, get it in there, get it done, get the job, get in, get out.
Yeah.
Don't waste time. Don't prolong rounds. When you do that, all you do is open the door for opportunity for the opposing team.
Yeah.
That little bit of hope could just inspire them to play 10 times better than what they're normally capable of doing. Also, we're going to be taking a look. I did see Achman coming through with the winter chicken dinners and whatnot. Got to give you a shout out, man. Achman, absolutely OP. We're going to get geared up for our next series. And before we do that, we're actually going to have a moment to take and listen in to what COD Mobile has to bring us. We're going to have a Battle Pass trailer and some more COD Mobile content. We'll be back here shortly. Give us about 5 to 10 minutes to get these teams in here ready to go. All right, guys, you've been patiently waiting. We're here to deliver. We've got the match of the day. Not that the last match wasn't a great one, but Nova Esports and Oxygen. Woo! Oh, I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot over here, dude. I'm starting to sweat. What?
You could argue one of the biggest matches of the season, to be fair, outside of playoffs, right? Because they'll most likely face each other in playoffs. You know, in the regular season, this is a gigantic matchup, and the fact that both these teams are second and third in the standings. Yes, Nova have a 15-point lead over Oxygen, but you know, both teams have a lot to gain and a lot to lose in this series.
Yeah, so let's go ahead, and I'm glad you pointed that out. We're going to take a look at the standings, just to paint you guys a picture.
Exactly.
For your imaginations to wonder how great this matchup is going to be. You're taking a look at the top 3 teams, literally Oxygen, Stamina, Nova Esports. Not in that order, obviously. I just read it as I wanted to. Stamina took an easy 20 points today due to a forfeit from Omni x Gallant, or Gallant x Omni. So they're in the lead. This is putting a lot of pressure on Nova Esports as far as like that first place positioning goes. And then you got Oxygen in the mix with 85 points, who are just 10 points under.
Like, I would argue the team that technically has... okay, so Oxygen low-key have the least to lose because they can't really lose a position. They can't drop down to 4th off the back of this. But again, it's the fact that they don't want that cushion to increase between them and second place, because the top 2, they get a direct... spot in the semi-finals, essentially, right? So they don't need to worry about that. So it's important, as much as Oxygen aren't in a position to lose a spot, that they stay within the distance of both Nova and Stamina.
You're absolutely right, guys. We're going to take a look at the best 3 and go ahead and get started with the matchups. Standoff hardpoint is where we're going to see the actions ensue first. Takeoff, search and destroy, firing range domination is going to be our third map if we are fortunate enough, which I'm hoping we are, to see a game 3. Nova Esports opting to ban Crossfire map, Annihilator operator, and then Oxygen, Sparrow, and Summit. Thank God, I hate Summit. I'm not even trying to hide that, bro. It's just not a great map.
Me too. Well, look, you know, before we get into the start of this game 1, real quick verdict. I don't want any long-winded. Give me a direct answer. Nova or Oxygen?
Oxygen.
Okay. I'll go the opposite. I like a split test. I'll go Nova.
We'll see it. I think we have both teams in VC. No, maybe not. Nobody's in VC. Oxygen's in VC. Can we listen in to theirs? Fontas? Okay, cool. Awesome. So we'll be able to join in Oxygen midway through this game and give them an opportunity to sound off, as they have already done so, as 10 points on board, actually 9 and counting, as we do see the retake come through. Nova struggling to get on P1.
Yeah, Nova, they're a team that tends to, you know, need to warm up a little bit, I feel. They aren't always directly straight off the bat into the mix. At least in the second half of this P1, they've regained control a little bit. By no means is that gap massive. Of course, just 21 over to the side of Oxygen, 13 and counting. 10 seconds left on this P1. Anything stand out so far for you, Verdict?
You know what? The only thing that's standing out to me right now is Turu just got his first kill on the board, and I don't know if it has anything to do with his health. I know last week we talked about his potentially having COVID. It was just a terrible thing. It's crazy to see him already back in the mix. And I can see that it's potentially hurting his gameplay, because right now we're just not seeing that same Turo that we're used to seeing. And I don't know if that's causing Nova to struggle a little bit here in this first game, but it's definitely not helping out.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. One thing I'm definitely interested in is just kind of some of the loadouts. Of course, for the most part, Phoenix being utilized, but I think there's maybe a lack of PP Bison that's being played out by any of the Nova players. I see Balance has a on the side of Oxygen, and I think it's working out for him. I'm not saying the gun is the reason why he has a positive KD, but at the end of the day, despite it getting a little bit of a nerf, that clip size does speak for itself and is able to rock on through. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3. Point proven. Happy days. Make that a 4th. Balance is on fire.
Balance is on fire. I thought Neil had him dead to rights. He was in the corner contesting this P2 inside of this warehouse area. It just got absolutely turned on. The Finnick was not as OP as Balance was. He's going to pick up a Predator missile kill there, making it 12. As we're taking a look at the scorecard, this is all Balance here in game 1. My dude. Oh my, Balance!
So good.
Clearing out this top blue area. This is an ample opportunity to go ahead and join Oxygen and listen in as we're getting towards the midpoint. Go ahead and give Oxygen an opportunity for their comp check.
Bottom blue, stairs, nice.
Nice, one back. One more bottom blue.
One back,
Coming,
Jump in the point. Blue van. Bottom blue. Nice. I go next. Go next. There's 1 HP on next.
Push me.
1 HP on next, fuck off.
Yeah.
Wait.
Shot. 2 next.
Phoenix.
Fantastic.
Hardpoint contested. Hostiles have
Go for farm.
One top blue still.
Dead. Factory. Nice.
Nice.
One top shot. Top bed.
Push up.
Two top.
One
Stairs.
Stairs, half health.
Nice, watch out, boxes. Boxes on top, Dead.
Nice talk.
Guys, damn, I need help. I need to help him. I need help in here, man. One more. Two more, 1 HP on side, Don't feed, just play for kills now, don't feed. I'm broken.
Nice.
Hold the control, just hold the control.
Farm. Go next.
Alright, ImPERium, thoughts? Comms, on point or not?
On point. I like near perfect, right? Clean, straight to the point. They weren't panicky, but they were also kind of, hey, look, do this. This confirmation move. There's a tiny lull, but man, couldn't ask for better comms in my eyes. What about you?
Bro, I was absolutely feeling it. I was talking about Cold Esports Synergy and their callouts. Everything for IGLing was on point. Lack of contribution. There was every key factor for this team Oxygen is just rolling. Now, the only thing that I'm worried about now is they're giving Nova that opportunity to warm up, and I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it in the sense, I'm just saying, this Oxygen team had played so well in the beginning. Now they're starting to slip. Are they getting exposed here or not?
No, honestly, it's just both sides testing each other massively. Just like the first series of the day, we have an absolute banger on our hands, 109 to 108. The point is still being contested, but as P1 under the granny flat to Oxygen boys are still breathing. They have a bit of a lead. The cushion is being created. 5 seconds left. The preparation for P2 is there. Bounce is going in. He's going in on his own, and he gets taken out by Toru.
Toru coming through. Slow but steady start. 16 kills on the board.
Beautiful.
17 utilizing that Finnick very well. And this is the exact moment that Nova should be able to take control. It's going to get a contest here as it looks like one player going to be up top.
It's risky.
Is it Balance? Balance, is he going to be able to clear off the hill? He's right behind you, Balance. You got multiples in the point.
Yeah. Like, the players from Nova, I get why they kind of look to control the bottom area a little bit more heavily, because you can defend the bottom area better because there's more entry points. So by defending the bottom area, the top area can be cleared out in time. But 25 seconds left. They have about a 10-point lead. But you can see Oxygen, they're just not giving up. They're pushing. They're testing Nova to their limits.
I gotta say, though, the boys over at Nova can win off this point. Regardless of what you see on the scoreboard, Oxygen need to get in and contest it. I don't see anybody there. I think Balance is the only one that recognizes it. He's going to get taken out. That's going to be game one, 150 to 120. The guys over at Nova coming through like some bandits in the night, stealing that first game. Well played.
As much as I get the analogy, I also can't help but feel that it was such a good defense from Nova. That was a less bandit night. That was more just full on, hey, we are an island. We are a rock on this hard point. You know, for the final potential hard point, for the game-winning hard point, so many other teams in the past, including Nova, they've lost it. They've maybe struggled, but Nova defended that so well. Was it maybe the strongest breaches from Oxygen at times? I would argue no. But at the end of the day, you cannot argue how well Nova defended and the fact that they just rocked it on that last P.
It just wasn't happening. Oxygen couldn't get a single point off on that P2 rotation.
Yeah.
They couldn't get a last-second contest. All they literally need to do is put one body upstairs, and everyone had already rotated to new. That kind of miscommunication literally broke that game there. Now, I'm not saying that was a blunder on Oxygen. More so a phenomenal P2 hold for Nova. They were able to capitalize. They were very aware of what was at stake, and they invested. Yeah. They doubled down there because if it had been contested, they were in no shape, form, or fashion in a position to contest that P3 top blue area, and that double down paid off. The risk was high, but you saw the reward. Game one. Woo! Man, dude, I'm going to have to put on like a tank top or something, man. I'm literally profusely over here sweating. That was
just so good.
It was just a great, phenomenal first game.
And, you know, let's not forget that it was extremely close up until that last P transition, right? It was 108, 109. It was trickling down from there. Super impressed with Oxygen's comms. Just missing that final hurdle, falling over at that final hurdle, just gave Nova the win in that game one. I'm excited, really excited for Search and Destroy.
Yeah, we're gonna see how Oxygen recovers from that. That was their game to win, man. That they started off great. P1, P2, P3, all them. P4, they had an early break, but it was Nova who overwhelmed them. P1 was just all Nova. P2, my God, you guys saw the defense. Nova just putting on a show for us, and we are spoiled. Achman coming through with another winner. You the winner, my guy. Nova are the winners. We are. What's up?
Do you think that there was also maybe in that game individually, there's maybe a little bit of an underlying, not intentionally, but just how perspective, right? Hindsight is 2020. Balance was the only one really maybe putting in that really game-winning performance, right? As a team, they definitely didn't play bad, but when you're talking about the standout player, Balance was there, but it felt like there was maybe too big of a gap between him and the rest of the Oxygen players, if that makes sense.
It does, and I'm not calling out or singling out anybody, but Feints just was not on point. I don't know what Feints had going on in that game, but when you got Balance who pops off and goes 26 and 18, puts a minute plus on the hill. I didn't see the time that Feints had in point, but I would assume it would be pretty comparable to what his KD was, assuming that Balance was on the point. A majority of that P3 rotation, a majority of the P2 contest. Where were you at, bro? You got to be able to put yourself in a better position, to capitalize and get those points on board for the team. If you're not going to frag out, if you're not going to slay, what are you contributing? And at this point, I'm not questioning his contribution. I'm just saying there could have been a better,
I agree,
a better positioning from him, a better, productivity from him. I just didn't get that. Game 2 starting up.
Yeah, Search and Destroy on Takeoff. So, somewhat of a little bit of an unfamiliar map for these. Although, you know, are we kind of getting to the point where takeoff is in the competitive pool where we can't really allow that to be an excuse? That's a bit of a question to you. I'm starting to think that we can't really say this is a new map anymore. It is compared to other maps, but between scrims and actual competitions, this map has been played a hell of a lot.
It has, and there's no excuse. It's been played in Masters. It's been played in Champs. Big kills from Balance, picking up the nice two-piece, but it's going to be traded as Neil. Not only hitting his shots with the sniper, but also perfectly placed nades, and now it's a 3v1 Marvel. What you got? I love the profile picture. I'll go ahead and tell you that. That is an absolute OG profile pic. Take a look. Is that Daffy Duck in a pool of money?
That is Daffy Duck in a pool of money. Indeed, indeed.
We'll see how much that money can buy him here, as he's going to have to find Neil, Turu, but Neil, Jesus Christ, bro. Three-piece. Fitting into this Nova roster like a glove, am I right?
Yep. Oh, big time. And, you know, he's just able to really flex himself in this kind of map, in this kind of situation. Now, the fact that they're on the defending side, I feel that there should be a little bit more of a shutdown from Oxygen, but at the end of the day, when Neil's putting himself in a position to do some damage, he's certainly doing it.
1-0 in favor of the guys over at Nova. They took last game on the backs of a hell of a comeback. This opportunity, they're going to take the lead here as Karma going to pick up a two-piece before he's traded. Faints getting on board. Finally, someone else from this Oxygen roster getting on board with a kill. Yaya going to take down Marvel. That's tough. Faints and Balance going to be left on their own. Balance is aware of two players in the vicinity. He's going to get pushed on the backside, and he might get taken down here. Actually, Yaya forces back. Smart play. Yaya going to pick up Faints. Now they're just going to circle their prey in Balance.
Left in his own. 1v4. Looking out by the window. Is going to get spotted out. Toro comes in from behind. Happy days. Now, I do think this map is more of a defending map overall. But I know that Oxygen could be doing better to force some kind of control. They've genuinely just straight out lost control in the first two rounds. Having players going down, not really picking up the first kill. And that's, you know, making them suffer. This is a good start, though, as leader picks up Saturns, but Nova Karma straight away onto leader. That trade instantaneously for Nova. Once again in control. Man, you gotta be able to shut them down in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it seems like there's no coordination here from this
Oxygen
roster, and that worries me because at the moment they're getting steamrolled 3 rounds of the roll. 1v4 scenario. Faints. Shorty at hand. Going to take down one, but he's going to get pushed from multiple angles here. This is going to be literally impossible. 1v3 against any team is impossible, but this isn't just any team. This is Nova Esports, the reigning champions for 3 seasons in a row for this Mobile Mayhem. Your Masters champions, they have a shoe-in for the Stage 5 champs. Neil, oh, bro, you got to hit those. Nice. Neil's going to go down, but Yaya going to have his opponents or his teammates back. And like I said, it's a 3-0 in favor of the guys over at Nova. I need to see more from Oxygen here. This is not This is not Oxygen I'm watching, am I?
You know what I think? Oxygen should send all 5 players towards the B side, all on one side. Don't split. You need to have all 5 in one direction, because at the moment I feel like what's really allowing them to suffer is by being too heavily split, and then they're being surrounded and just pushed back too heavily by Nova.
Yeah, we're going to see a collective push onto the A side. Fate's going to pick up one. Karma going to get a refrag, and it's a 3v3, 2-for-2 trade as Saturn's coming through, picks up another. Karma! 7 kills on board, and the pinch is real. Saturn's helping clean up that Balance player, and that is 4-0, bro. This is a massacre in the Search or Destroy.
It's a massacre, but to shine some form of a light/silver lining on Oxygen, that was a better round. I like the fact that they sent all 5 towards that one direction. It's what I want to see. Just didn't work out when they're going up against the likes of Karma, who's hot on the heels, looking for kill after kill after kill, hungry for blood in this matchup.
Yeah, he can't be denied now. He is just on a streak. 7 kills, and now we're going to see a much more conservative round here for the guys over at Oxygen, and a much-needed one. Maybe they should have slowed the pace down a little bit earlier. Yaya says, forget that, bro. I got you. 2 kills to start the round off. Neil going to pick up another. And this Oxygen roster is all but collected here. This is just a tough one. Bomb's going to be spotted. Oh, Fade's missing those shots. Not that it would have mattered, but a 1v5 against Nova, not happening, bro.
Wow.
Neil does pick up that kill.
Wow.
And we're on match point as we flip sides. This is a tough spot for Oxygen.
Like, honestly, I kind of feel for Oxygen because I'm stepping back and I'm doing my best to look at this and go, okay, what can Oxygen do better? Yes, there's things that they can definitely do better, but I'm also looking at it and going, Nova are playing perfectly. They have such a solid balance of close range, powerhouse, and that back line stranglehold in terms of Neil, right? So they're using that beautifully to their advantage.
Yeah, and I don't think the excuse that Takeoff is a newer map into the competitive scene is going to, you know, it's not going to be an excuse. It's not valid. This is a point where we've been playing this map for literally a month and a half now. Shark getting on board finally. Leader going to be taken down. Shark going to pick up another big one.
Good.
Turu going to be blasted too. Come on, Shark. Fish got to swim. Shark's got to eat. 1. No. That's going to be it. 6-0. Nova Esports flexing over Oxygen. That was, oh, man.
It's kind of disgusting, to be honest, not gonna lie. Kind of disgusting. Outclassed is probably the best way of putting it. Straight out outclassed. Nova played perfectly. Like I said, the balance between that kind of close range, powerhouse, in-your-face players between Karma and Yaya, and then you had the backline of Neil just popping off those shots, and then Saturn's able to run around with that, and along with Toro stepping up on his own 2 feet. Even Oxygen on their best day might rattle a bit more of the cages in Nova, but I can't see Nova losing this in any scenario against any of the, just with how good they played. At least I just wow.
Yep, dude. I'm not taking a shot at the performance of Oxygen here. The guys over at Nova executed that search and destroy very well, and this series could have gone to a game 3. I got to go back to that hard point, bro.
It could have.
You know, that hard point was such a in-game disaster for Oxygen. Nova just played way too well. They couldn't handle it. They weren't aware of the situation at the end of that hardpoint game, where it literally came down to that last second. And, man, it's one of those moments where you want to applaud them for the performance, but then you just want to shake your head after seeing that search and destroy. It just was not it. And this is not typical Oxygen behavior, because I'm looking at the scorecard, bro. Marvel dropping a donut is not what I am used to seeing in any form or fashion. So I'm not saying that that's pretty much summing up that search and destroy, but I mean literally Oxygen himself dropped a donut there. Yeah. And bro, I don't know, man.
There's no doubting that Oxygen are a strong team. There's no doubting that they are a strong team. But they are going to have to go back to the drawing board a little bit, I feel. And massively step up their strategical elements. The comms are there. The focus is there. I can hear the wanting to win in their voices, at least from what we heard tonight. But there's just no depth of strategy or plan B, plan C from how they played. There was that one round where they tried something different. And I know you only have 5 rounds as attacking side, but dude, there's no real variability in how they were playing outside of that one round, and that worries me. That really
that does worry me. The lack of adapting to the situation took way too long by the time they tried to adapt. It was already out of their hands. Like, literally, Nova had them in a box, and they just sealed that box up. Bo delivered it 6-0. They take the dub, and guys, I'm going to go ahead and address something in chat. If you're making comments about Marvel's performance, we're talking about Marvel here, all right? The dude is literally goated, all right? The guy had a rough search and destroy, all right? We'll just say that, all right? Don't put he's washed or he's bad or he's top tier. Come on now. Have some respect for the man.
Look, that's the thing. You know, nothing but love and respect for all of the Oxygen players. And who knows, maybe it was also just a bad day at the office. We're human. Nobody's perfect. We all have poor performances, bad performances, etc., etc. We can only obviously kind of bring to light some things we notice in the moment. They know better than us. They know better than the people in chat. I'd certainly say that much. And I just hope to see a stronger Oxygen coming into future weeks. I have no doubt we will, but it just didn't go their way.
No, it didn't, and that sadly is actually going to bring us to the conclusion of our stream. This has been a short one, man. And I was so banking on this going to a game 3 just for the simple fact that we were only going to bring 2 series to you. But man, dude, feels bad. We see Cold Esports take the bag 2-0 over Team Energy, who are formerly a part of the BK ROG Esports team. They are now Team Energy and looked a lot better than we've seen in weeks past. Looking forward to seeing how they perform for the remainder of the season. Nova Esports clipping Oxygen 2-0. That still left me with a bitter taste in my mouth. Not because I wanted Nova to lose by any means. I just wanted that series to go to a game 3. And it'd be a close matchup. And I'm tired of seeing these, not necessarily blowouts happen, but situations where we should see game 3s not come through.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I was just going to say, I don't know if you have already overall standings.
I was just pulling it up, so you were right there with
Great minds think alike, man. Great minds think alike. Yeah. So, look, good 2-0 by Nova leaves them on the same amount of points as Stamina. 115, first and second. I'm now going to ask, is it too late for Oxygen to close up into that second place? Have we already solidified our top 2 in the playoffs? I can't help but think yes, because it's hard to see Nova on a bad day, and even on a bad day, they perform extremely well. And Oxygen have a clear control over third, but that fight for fourth, fifth, and sixth is definitely shaping up to be something a little bit interesting, especially when you add Gallant X Omni into the fold.
I gotta agree with you there, and also I gotta make a note that top 2 is probably going to be the exact same that we'll see moving forward. Granted, Oxygen just come out of nowhere and play to the top of their ability. I'd have to say that even if they did, they would only be able to overtake Stamina. They wouldn't be able to overtake Nova. I don't think that's going to be a possibility. This season has been not necessarily lopsided, but the only team to deliver Nova Esports a loss this season to date has been Anarchy.
It's true.
So you're looking at that top 6, and Anarchy's right there with 35 points.
Yeah.
They could very easily make their way up to that top 4 standing, top 5 positioning, and not necessarily have any implications on 1 and 2, but they could definitely upset the teams. Stamina, Oxygen. Hell, I mean, we still got plenty of season left. We're not even halfway through the year, or this season.
I have no doubt that because I could see Anarchy go ahead of Fusion. Nothing against Fusion, but I can see them go ahead of Fusion. But I can also see Cold jump ahead of Fusion. I don't know if Anarchy can push ahead of Cold. That's something to be potentially seen. But it also begs the question: can Gallant X Omni or Energy maybe break into that top 6?
It's a possibility. It is certainly a possibility, but I don't know, man. Is that really going to matter towards the end of playoffs, right? Is it really going? Is like I'm thinking like long term. I'm thinking Anarchy gave Nova their loss. That is the only loss they've received this season. Okay, and I'm thinking who is going to be the one who's going to give Nova the most competition? I'm not making this a one-sided affair, but let's be real.
Okay.
Like Oxygen just got 2-0'd by Nova.
Nova are the defending champions last 3 times, so you're right to put them on that pedestal. At the end of the day, they are kind of the blueprint of Europe at the moment.
They are, and you know everything else is you know who's going to step up this day, who's going to step up that day. I need everyone to step up every day. I need Oxygen to be on top of their game every day. I need Stamina to be on top of their game every day. I don't need to see these slips that we just witnessed, or that lack of communication, or that little bit of lack of awareness. One player was the only player who was making their way towards contesting. I need 100% effort in every category, and I understand we're human. You know, you made that comment earlier, and that is what it is, but.
And I'm sure that, Nova want that as well, to be honest.
Oh, they definitely need it. They got to show in the stage 5, bro. They need as much practice as they can get. They don't need to be handed anything.
They don't want free wins, right? Of course they want to win, but they want to get tested. They want to get tested, right? They need to mentally, strategically, everything, prepare for stage 5.
Spot on. That's a great analysis. I'm glad you brought that up. Because, for one, these guys don't get the practice that they need on a regular basis. It's tough to find people. They're like the tribe of NA, or of VU, rather. The teams don't want to scrim them. Obviously, they're getting scrims in and whatnot, but ultimately, how much is that contributing to their gameplay? Is it adding value to scrim? You know, anybody nowadays for Nova? No, they gotta play. They gotta play Stamina. They gotta play. I mean, those are the only kind of competition these guys are gonna get. Anarchy, man, I would love to watch, just spectate, an Anarchy scrim, just to see how they do.
Fair. Hey, hopefully it's something we'll be able to see a little bit more in the future. But,
True.
Man, again, we may have only had 2 series tonight, but I think they were 2 pretty exciting series, and it's shaped a couple of things coming into next day of Mobile Mayhem, and of course the last few days, because we're not long before we get into playoffs, to be fair.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And man, I do feel bad because we were actually supposed to extend the stream and bring not extend the stream, but Ray Day to nominate the co-caster for the Spawn. The co-caster for NA Mobile Mayhem, the host for the Spawn, but unfortunately he's having internet issues, and we're actually going to reschedule that for Thursday. So guys who were expected to see the Spawn immediately after, like we did last week, going to have to hold off until Thursday, as we're coming to a conclusion to today's stream. Join me and Day tonight, as we will be casting Mobile Mayhem NA. So guys, if you're fans of that, come out and check us out. It'll be hosted on Denominate's channel, pending internet issues. I think that's it. You got anything else, bro? I know you like to usually in the stream on like some beautiful, thoughts of the day, or
don't really have any more thoughts. Just thank you for tuning in. I'm not going to be here on Thursday, unfortunately. I've got a personal thing to do, so you'll most likely be joined by Day and Verdict. He may fill in if I allow him. If he's worthy. No, I joke. But other than that, hey, have a fantastic evening and go look after yourself.
Yeah, look after yourself. Look after one another. We'll see you back on Thursday. Much love, guys.